Hey, I'm Yuri Elkaim. I'm a good friend of Joy Houston's, and Joy has asked me to put together a little video to show you some really cool exercises, because for the ladies out there, a lot of you want to learn how to firm up and tone your butt. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you 3 awesome exercises that you can do pretty much in your backyard or in the gym or at home or anywhere else you want with very minimal equipment. So I'm going to use a resistance band, stability ball, and a kettlebell, or a dumbbell. If you don't have a kettlebell, it's absolutely fine as well. So what we need to look at when we're training our glutes is there's a couple muscles going on in the glutes. Gluteus maximus, which is the big muscle, the gluteus medius, which lies underneath it, and the gluteus minimus, which is obviously the smallest one, which lies underneath that one. These 3 movements are going to hit all 3 of those. So the Cindy Crawford workouts where we're doing like those leg lifts and stuff, we'll just put that in the archives for a while. So our first exercise is going to target more the gluteus medius, which helps to stabilize our pelvis, but from a shaping and sculpting perspective, it really gives us that nice kind of dimple in the glutes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand on our resistance band, feet are about hip width apart. Now I'm holding the handles, right hand and right handle, left handle, left handle. I'm gonna just cross them over. So now my right hand's holding the left handle and vice versa. You're going to see I have a nice X formation within the band, and what that does is it creates cross tension. So as I move laterally, as you'll see in a second, there's a tendency for my foot to want to snap back to that starting position, and I'm going to show you why that's important. So we're going to start with the feet together, okay? So now there's not too much tension on the bands. I'm going to take about 1.5 feet step out. Now I've done that with my right foot, so I've moved against resistance. My glute on this side is now firing, and now this leg is going to want to snap back in. So I'm going to control that. So we have the initial movements, then we're going to control the other foot coming in and out. Control coming in and out. Control and out. Now this doesn't look like much. This actually looks like, you know, those high school dances where you used to dance with your partner, you know, moving back and forth like a bit of a zombie. And that's exactly what we're doing here. You can call this a zombie lateral walk if you want. But it's very effective at hitting those glute muscles. From the side, shoulders are back and down, core's engaged. We're just moving a very small amount, about 1.5 feet max. Keeping the pelvis nice and square. And after about 12 reps, which is kind of where I'd recommend you start, you're gonna feel right in here, right where those dimples are in the glutes, they're gonna be absolutely firing. Now it's like 40 degrees here out, with the sun just beaming down on me, and that's the kind of heat you're going to feel in the glutes if you do this properly. That's the first exercise, a really good warm-up exercise too. Then we're going to grab our stability ball. We're going to do an exercise called the stability ball hip bridge, and you can do this with a bench. If you don't have a stability ball, absolutely fine. So what we're going to do in this case is we're going to start seated on the ball. Okay, seated position. Just going to walk yourself out so that your head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed on the ball like a pillow. Now this is your finished position, okay? Your body is in a straight line, and all we're gonna do here is we're gonna really make sure we squeeze the glutes the entire time. So you wanna imagine like you're holding onto a $1,000 bill between your bum cheeks. You're gonna drop your hips, okay? So this would be starting position. Contract your glutes, squeeze the glutes together, come up, straight line, hold for a second or 2, and back down, okay? Release the glutes, pinch them together, squeeze that $1,000 bill, bring them up, and there we go, back down. So this is very, again, they don't seem like they're doing a lot, but these are great exercises that not only activating the glutes, but also really sculpting and toning them. If you want to add some resistance, you can add a little bit of weight across your hips. You can add a dumbbell, a barbell, a bag, whatever you want, to add a little bit more challenge to this, right? Really focusing on bringing those glutes together. So again, we'll look at about 12 reps, 3 sets around for that one, and then we'll finish off, now that our glutes are nice and warm, with my personal favorite exercise. Probably my top 2 favorite exercises is the good old kettlebell swing. Now that last exercise we did, the motion was what's called hip extension. So we brought the bum towards the floor, then we extended straight out. That's called hip extension. We're extending the hips, and that is the main function of your glutes, okay? Whenever you're doing this kind of motion, could be jumping, could be squatting, anything like that, the glutes are going to be working as the main mover, okay? So this movement here, the kettlebell swing, probably the best movement and the safest movement to train overall strength and really hit the backside of your body. So, okay, I'm going to show you from a couple different angles here. So the kettlebell, if you don't have a kettlebell, just use a dumbbell. If you're using a dumbbell, just hold the top, like the actual ring rate, or the weight part of it, not the handle, and just allow it to kind of swing between your legs, as I'll show you with this. If you have a kettlebell, just use the kettlebell. All right, so I'm going to try to find some level ground here. Now, I'm going to open my legs up so they're about, wider than shoulder width. I'm going to angle my feet out. Shoulder blades are back together. Core is engaged. And from here, this is my starting position. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of get a little bit of swing going, a little bit of momentum, and then I'm going to bring the kettlebell back behind my glutes, and I'm going to swing it forward. Now, my arms are not doing anything. They're just guiding the weight. All the movement is coming from my glutes. Okay, so from the side, you'll see why. We talked about that hip extension movement. Okay, so your shoulders are back, your torso is neutral, we're not hunched over. Okay, so the weight goes back and we drive into hip extension. Boom. Okay, so again, without the weight, we're reaching back, my torso is flat. We're not looking at sitting down, we're looking a little bit of bend in the knee, but really looking to reach your bum back, get that stretch, and then boom, we explode forward into hip extension, squeezing the glutes, and that drives the weight up to about eye level. Okay, so again, just from the side, shoulders are back, torso is neutral, we get a little swing going, and here we go. And there we have it. So the kettlebell swing, that in and of itself, if you did no other movements, no other exercise ever, and you just did that, would probably get you fitter, stronger, and in better shape than most people you see in the gym. It is that effective. So try these 3 exercises out. 3 sets around, 12 sets, 3 sets, 12 reps. You can build up over time to doing more repetitions to develop that nice endurance. And there you have it, 3 great exercises to sculpt, tone, and strengthen your glutes. Enjoy.